Hello and welcome to the Women Creating Wealth 10K in 10 Days Challenge. We hope you will enjoy this exclusive content that we've created with you in mind. And we hope that it might help shift your own money consciousness, money stories, and your thoughts around what just might be possible for you. So we invite you to come along, and if you would like to help us with our own 10K in 10 Days challenge, we would love if you would shop amongst our services and our products. We have memberships for enjoying family photo sessions and family art. Every once in a while, we have a few mini session events that are available to the public, and we have a beautiful guided self-love meditation and a gorgeous, warming, comfy chamomile and cinnamon tea that you can pair with your self-love meditation. So enjoy having a look around, enjoy shopping and treating yourself, and we hope you enjoy this episode. So today is day 7 of the Women Creating Wealth 10K in 10 Days challenge, and today I wanted to talk about rest. And this just happens to fall on a Sunday, so it's the perfect opportunity to talk about rest. And I think a lot of times we can go through this manic manifesting, is what one of my clients called it. And that was such a perfect way to put it, where we are, we're really energized. We're putting all of our energy and our focus and our attention on getting the things that we want. And sometimes that can work for us. Sometimes, though, it becomes very clear that that's not a sustainable way to manifest. And I've actually found a better way. So there's manifestation, which is very popular right now. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are talking about how to do it and different processes for doing it. And that's all great and it's wonderful. But one of the life-changing things that I learned was wombifesting. And you might be thinking, what is that? What is wombifesting? So for those who are unfamiliar with manifesting is about setting an intention and believing that you can actually have something and going with the aligned action of that. So following impulses that are aligned with what you've said you wanted and energetically understanding your connection to that which you want. And it talks about becoming the same, vibrating at the same frequency of that which you want, which is helpful and also still kind of nebulous to a lot of people. A lot of people don't have a firm understanding of what that is. So it's like, it's a process. And I think with anything, your understanding of a subject can deepen the more that you study it. So I've been studying manifesting for like 4 or 5 years now and understanding it better. And then last year I came across wombifesting, and wombifesting is it's more the feminine energy behind attracting what you want into your life. So the difference is, the best way I can describe it is, it's like a spider weaving her web. So she understands what she wants. She understands her part in the process and making that happen. So she spins her web and she trusts that what she is calling into her web will be made available to her. So she's not going out and chasing, for example, a fly or an insect. She's not going out and chasing. She trusts that her work is done and that food and nourishment will make its way to her web. And I love that approach because it's much more on the feminine energy side, where you still take the aligned action. You know your part in what you're supposed to do, but you trust that when your work is done, that it's done. And you can sit back and appreciate knowing that you've done your part and that the rest is up to the universe or God or whatever you believe or feel a connection to, or whatever words that you use to speak about that which is larger than you, or a spiritual realm that is part of you and also outside of you. So that was game-changing for me, because really from the majority of my life, I only understood how to operate in masculine energy. I did not understand how to operate within feminine energy. And in fact, I pushed a lot of that away because it was modeled to me to push that away, to shun it, to disregard it, to make fun of it. And then I learned after becoming a mother just how powerful feminine energy is. and I started embracing it and I started learning more about it. And so then learning about womb really was this missing piece that I hadn't known about before, or I had forgotten within my own inner wisdom because of what the world had taught me up to that point. So yeah, this has been incredible. And what it's taught me is that I can do my work and I can rest. And in my resting, I'm making space for things to come to me. So if you remember day 5, where I talked about decluttering, this is a similar vacuum type of concept. By you resting, by you finishing the action piece and actually resting and giving yourself that opportunity to sit on the couch and enjoy looking at a beautiful magazine or read a good book or watch a movie or enjoy your children or go out for a walk in nature, or to me, that is creating space for that which you want to come to you, for that which you want to come to your web. And it has so many different components to it, because when you rest, you create space for that which you want to come to you, and you also take your mind off of it. So there's less pressure, there's less lackfulness, there's less scarcity, because you're not sitting and thinking about the fact that it hasn't made its way to you yet. So it's powerful in that regard as well. And I've started creating a few mantras for myself around that, because whether it's being an American, whether it's my nature, whatever it is, I've found it really challenging to understand that it's okay for me to rest and to let that be okay for my life. So now I've been really working on letting myself rest. And it's funny that I use the word working on. I've been creating space for me to rest and to pour into my own self-love and to meditate or take a walk or sit on the couch, which is something I really never let myself do before, and have a cup of tea. And it's been so nice and it's magical. Like, just to share one story of an amazing manifestation that I experienced was I was in negotiations for something that had the potential to bring money in, but it felt out of alignment. There were certain things that I decided I wanted, certain specifications, and if the other party was not going to meet those specifications, I was going to just have to decline. And I made that decision for myself, and I also knew that there was more money where that came from. So if that opportunity did not work out, something else would. And I went for a walk and I made peace with it. And I just enjoyed the fresh air. I enjoyed, the visuals of being outside. I enjoyed just connecting with my breath. And I probably was not gone 20 or 30 minutes, came back home, and I had a text message on my phone that said, "Hey, just wanted to send a little gift your way," and it was $5,000. They just said, "I wanted to support you and your business. I believe wholeheartedly in what you're doing, and this gift is for you." So there is always more where that came from. It is completely fine to rest. It is completely time. There's completely and more than enough time for you to take a break and breathe. And if anything, that puts you in a state of abundance, because when you say there's more than enough time for me to rest, then the universe, I believe, responds in kind. So I hope you enjoy resting. I hope that you're able to find ways to build it into your life. If you've found it challenging up until this point, I can certainly identify with that, and I've been on my own journey with it myself. I love my work, and that's part of it, as I love working, and yet I see where there's an important area, like rest is an important area too for my life and for my well-being and for my family and for spending time with them and pouring into them. So hope you've enjoyed this episode. For anyone who wants to contribute to our own goal of 10K in 10 days, there are so many ways to do that. You can become a member and enjoy photo sessions and family art for yourself. We travel the whole of the Republic of Ireland. For anyone internationally, we can always work out a travel fee to be able to come to you as well. We also offer family art. So for clients who have already had photo sessions with us and maybe they want additional pieces of family art, we would be happy to do that. For anyone who has had a photo session, whether it's your wedding, whether it's for your newborn, whether it's old family photographs, we can create family art from that, assuming that you have the rights to print them. We can absolutely create art for you and your family so you can get those photographs off of your computer, off of a hard drive, off of a USB, and give them the physical presence that they deserve. And then we have our book of breastfeeding stories, which we've been working on for nearly 2 years now. And we still have around 10 grand worth of fees that are left before we can actually get it to production, get it into print. So if you feel strongly about supporting that, or if you feel strongly about normalizing, supporting, promoting breastfeeding, then that would be a wonderful way to contribute to our goal of 10K in 10 days. We have a page set up for that. If you are wanting to dive deeper into your own self-love, we have a self-love meditation. We also have a gorgeous loose leaf tea, which is a chamomile and cinnamon tea, which is a wonderful warming, it's just so comforting, especially with us moving into darker nights, darker days, and just colder weather. It's so nice to have a nice cozy cup of tea. And there's nothing like loose leaf tea. It's actually created by my husband's company, which is filterandbrew.com. And yeah, it's a lovely blend. And the last thing is to support our podcast. So you can become a patron of the podcast through Patreon, or if you'd like to advertise or sponsor with the podcast, that's a possibility as well. And we had over 9,000 views and downloads of the podcast in its first season. And so we'd love to double, triple, quadruple, or 5 times or 10 times that as we move forward. So there are a number of ways that you can connect with something that feels good to you and feels like a wonderful investment for you personally, and also supports us in our 10K in 10 days challenge, while also helping us give back to other female-led businesses and female-centered charities. So thank you so much for being here. Hope you've enjoyed this little episode, and here's to your rest. Enjoy.